5 and 9, which is, I mean,
not a happy number.
Pretty bad.
Especially this early in the game. This was actually a very death-heavy game for everyone. There were a ton of kills all over the place. We noticed looking at the roster after the fact that people were having like 20-plus deaths, and you normally don't see that numbers unless somebody is really bad. So yeah, we do have another encounter going on here. Olaf is just... oh, he does so much damage. Like I said earlier, he can pretty much two-shot me later on in the game, and he's doing it now as well. He can just damage me very quickly, so I got on really fast to him. I'm looking at the thing right here. I have 924 health at this point, and between those 3 abilities he rapidly used, he did about 600 or so damage. So, yeah, he can beat on people pretty hard.
So as you can see, I mean, I get stunned there, and one shot from Olaf, if he uses one of his abilities, can do more than a significant amount of my health. So, I mean, it doesn't...
and he's a tank.
Yeah. One thing to know about Olaf, each character, when you choose them, has a passive ability, it's called. So depending on what your passive is, you get different benefits from doing different things. For example, Amumu's passive, when he hits someone, their magic resistance is decreased.
Janna's passive gives a speed buff to everybody on the team.
And Olaf's, the lower health he has, the faster he swings his sword. So...
Axe.
Axes.
Plural.
It's very painful. I mean,
he's not a fun guy to be fighting against. So we are just continuing to lane here. We're hoping that maybe we can do some damage because it's 2 versus 1 right now, so we're trying to kind of pull him out a little bit and be able to do some extra damage on him, but he's playing fairly defensively, staying within range of the turret, and there's not a whole lot we can do about that. And then Hugh actually finds Tarek hiding down in the bush. Another thing we should mention in case you haven't picked up on it now is that that long grass you can see kind of near the top of the screen does block line of sight, so you can hide in that and wait to kill people. I died there. Olaf does go down to the turret. Tarek gets away, Hugh dies, so overall did not work in our favor. You might have also noticed a giant circle go up around me. That is my ultimate. Like I said, everybody has an ultimate, they get it at level 6. It's much better than the normal spells. What Janna's ultimate does is creates this circle. Any enemy in the circle is thrown out of it, and then if they go back into it, they get their movement speed slowed. And additionally, after the original knockback, it then starts a channeled ability that heals any allies standing inside it. So it's got a number of applications, throwing people off of teammates if they're being attacked. In team battles, it's just useful if you're fighting in the same place because you can put up some nice heals for your allies. It's got a lot of utility there.
Yep, and Amumu's is the same concept. He throws up his ultimate, which is also a circle.
This game likes circles.
Yes, it's very effective. Here, I'm coming in for trying to do a little damage here. I mean, we're not going to kill him, but we're just trying to get off some damage. Try and push him back. This is called zoning, so it's when you take your opponent and make them run. And as you can see, very wisely, they're focusing down Brennan here, who's the support hero. And I'm pretty sure they get him. And I
die quickly.
Here comes a tower dive on me, which is very unfortunate. But I do something where you run around the turret. I make sure Olaf goes down, and then actually, I don't know if you follow it, but I do kill the...
Yeah, I actually missed that, but you know what, you managed to like kite him into a tower, and...
I just kind of run around the tower, and eventually he does go down, as you can see there. I didn't actually get experience for that because I didn't bandage toss on him. As you can see, I'm still alive, and he did go down there, but unfortunately I didn't get experience, but you know, one less enemy. Just doing my job as a team member.
One thing we should mention is that getting killed is a disadvantage for a number of reasons. First of all, you give gold to your opponent so they can buy nicer stuff, which is a problem. You don't want your opponents getting better items, so you don't want to be handing them gold like that. Second of all, you're a man short for a little while. When you're dead, you have to wait however long to respawn, and as I believe you mentioned earlier, Hugh, the respawn timer does go higher the longer into the game you are, so that kind of ensures that the game doesn't go on forever. You know, by the time you've gotten up to an hour, you can be dead for a minute and a half at a time, and the opponents can just do so much damage to you in that time. And the third disadvantage is that the entire time you're dead is time that you are not getting experience, so the enemy team is going to be that much more ahead of you. And this game also does have kind of a kill streak system in place where getting a kill streak is good because it means you haven't died, but it's also bad in a way because it puts this bounty on you. And you may see these things in the chat that say this person ended this person's kill streak and got this much gold bonus. The longer your kill streak is, the more gold that bounty is worth, and so the more gold you will give to your opponent when you end up dying. So if you've gotten a lot of kills and you're on a big kill streak, you want to be really careful not to die and let your opponents have that money.
Yeah, because then that advantage that you just had there completely goes to waste. I don't know why I used my ultimate there. It was quite a waste. Actually,
now we do have this guy, Jin Zhao, comes up from the bottom there, tries to gank. Does not quite work for him. We have a nice team battle going on here.
And you definitely got to be careful of that Olaf because he's going to be attacking extremely fast right now. Quite ridiculous. And you can see there our...
Yi accidentally turret dived, and he died in the process. So 1 for 1. Could have been better.
And then also... everyone else comes and kills
If you're wondering where that purple person just came from, she has a nice little stealth ability. I say nice, and I really mean incredibly obnoxious to play against. She can basically stealth, appear out of nowhere, stun you, and it's really not fun to fight against. She gets way more kills than she should this game.
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's what happens when you run into 4 enemies. Usually.
And now Olaf just comes up and turret dies for me here, and there's not really a whole lot I can do about it.
Yeah, you do push him out.
Do I die here? I think I actually managed to get away just by... No, I go back and I probably die, don't I? I really should not have gone back there. I do manage to get the kill on Tarek, but then as you can see, Evelyn just appears out of nowhere and shanks me, and it's not pleasant. So, yeah, Evelyn, you really need to be careful around her, because she can be right behind you, ready to kill you, and you will never know.
Yeah, she is a painful experience to fight against. You see that thing on the ground there? I believe that's... it's not just a sight ward, it's a vision ward, so you can see invisible people around
AKA Evelyn.
AKA Evelyn. You can also drink something called a Oracle's Elixir, which lets you see invisible people until your next death.
Yeah, you'll see us getting some of those later on to deal with Evelyn because she's just getting way too many kills and going unchecked, so we do decide something needs to be done about that. Here we decide that we really don't like the lane we're in, so we decide to go to the bottom lane instead. Hugh did use a teleport to get there a little bit faster, and that lets you teleport in on any minion or turret. So we got down the lane a little bit quicker than I did. We're just kind of starting to farm here now a little bit, killing some creeps, getting some experience, getting some cash, and helping push the lane a little farther down.
Definitely. So we did see that most of them were top, so a really good strategy is then to go and attack the bottom turret. And, I mean, we weren't really paying attention here. As you can see, you can't see any enemies on the map, so lesson learned here.
You can't see any enemies get to safety because that probably means they're coming to gank someone, as we'll see in a moment. I do think we managed to get this turret down before we die horribly, though. Yeah. So we get the turret down right here. Some enemies are actually up top chasing Jin Zhao. And then we see Annie come down. She gets that. Then Evelyn appears, stuns Hugh. Jin Zhao jumps in from the top, and massive damage goes down everywhere, and we both die. One thing that I will mention in this game is that communication is very important. So if you are in a lane and there are 2 other champions in the lane with you, and then you notice that one of the champions is missing, that probably means they're going to gank someone. So if you notice that somebody's missing from your lane, you need to open up the chat and you need to call that to prevent your teammates from getting killed. It's really important. If you're not doing that, the enemy team is going to get way too many ganks, way more than they should. So, like I say, communication is really important. That one, admittedly, really was largely our fault for not paying attention and not noticing that they were all missing, but a little bit of blame can be placed on our teammates for not calling that, although I'm really not going to try to shift the blame too much here. We just were not paying attention on that one.
Alright, so we got 4 guys here, and we see that 2 are top, so we're going to push in here and try and get some kills. So, yeah, keep moving the camera. So Here we go. I'm going to ult in. We're going to get the kill there and pick up a Xin Zhao kill. And then we do see the Annie in the bush, and I believe we follow her.
I think she gets away, though.
We do kill her, actually. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, I think somebody... Yeah, somebody comes back and cuts her off.
But then it's like one of those just barely kill type things. If I had turned off my despair, this would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, I think I managed to get the Gale right there and kill steal completely. Kills are really just given to you on a last hit basis in this, so even though I probably did about 1% of the damage there, my Gale was the last thing to hit her, and so it got the credit for the kill from me. Gale, I haven't actually explained yet, I don't believe, so I will say it is a skill shot, and you let it charge for a certain amount of time. You can either let it charge for the full time, in which case it will go its farthest, or you can fire it off immediately, which is what I did there to try to not give Annie a chance to run away. And basically goes in a line, does damage to everybody in that line, and knocks them into the air, so it's a nice slow. It's good when chasing people, or just in battles like this, you saw me use it there. It's some nice damage when they're all clumped up, and it throws them into the air for a few seconds so we can get a few more free hits off on them.
So we did lose 2 of our people there, and I'm not sure. This turret does go down, but unfortunately, it does end up, I mean, not... It comes out even in the end, just because we lose 2 people and we gain 2 kills. And
right here, I have an issue trying to drop the aggro on this minion.
So this is a tank creature. It spawns every 4th wave, I believe. Ooh, and they're...
oh yeah, again, stupid of us to be standing that close to a bush, which is a complete line of sight block, fighting a minion that gives them sight on us. It was overall not a smart play on our part, I will admit that.
Now we got 3 people. Obviously Evelyn is cloaked somewhere around us because that Annie does probably know we're there. Because she starts running. I'm not sure if we catch her. No.
I don't think we do, no. So here, once again, they just start farming, and I'm going back into the top lane to help them out. Actually, I guess I'll choose to go into the bottom lane now because there's a hero running unchecked down there. You can see Jin Zhao. I have a hard time pronouncing his name, but we decided not to just let him go unchecked. And there's also a huge battle going on up here, so I kind of redirect myself up there, but everybody dies before I can really get there. And as you can see, I'm already going 4-8-7 in this game. That
okay,
is
pay attention
really
here.
bad.
This is very important. As you can see, I'm running away here. They're all on me. Very nice from NS there, but then they overcommit. So this is a big problem in this game, is when they come in and come way into your territory, and then suddenly all of them are way out of place. So now, as you can see, we didn't lose anyone, and we picked up 2 kills. So just overcommitting is a big issue in this game.
Yeah, something you really got to be careful with is to not just kind of get one-track mind, get tunnel vision, chase down a kill, and suddenly find yourself deep in your enemy's side with people on all sides of you trying to kill you.
Exactly.
And we actually have that issue a little bit right here where Terran does manage to sneak up behind us because we weren't really paying attention. We were a little bit deep in their territory. Annie does come join him, but I believe we get away on that one just fine. Yeah, it looks like we're going to survive. Luckily, we did kind of see him coming up from behind before he actually got up to us and started doing damage.
So, overall, I mean, we're not doing great. We're losing a lot of health, and our turrets is the big problem. Now, the problem with losing turrets is it does expose some of the neutral area. There's pings going everywhere on this map. I don't even know what they mean. But anyway, it's harder to then go and through kind of the neutral ground between you and your opponents because you don't have turrets to run back to. And as you can see, NS has to run a long way to get to a turret, and he's easily gankable. So luckily I ult in there. I don't think we're going to pick up anything, but I do run in there and save him.
Yeah, and obviously if we still had our 2 turrets up, I would have been in range of turret when they first attacked me, and that would have been much less possible for them to do. It would have been much easier for me to survive that. I wouldn't have really needed Hugh's help, and it would have gone a lot better. So losing turrets, disadvantage for a number of reasons. That Terran is extremely dead. No, just he wow, this Terran is like an escape master. Jeez. How many times has he run away from us now?
Who knows? But here's your Olaf action here.
I do manage to throw him back with my ultimate there. However, he had a summoner ability called Exhaust, which basically makes me run slower. So he did manage to catch up and kill me. Now we do find some more of them in the bush